everyone, this is Sun. So today I'm going to do a business Q&A video. I asked my customers, followers questions on my shop Instagram, and now I'm going to answer those business related questions. And you guys are from my Instagram. Hello. Let's jump straight onto the questions. First question I got is, do you have any tips for details to look for when finding a reliable manufacturer? Yes, I definitely do. I think communication is really important. When you test out the samples, you really like them. Because if you don't like the samples, then you're not going to like working with them either, because they're not producing a product that you want. But communication is the biggest, and also always ask them, you know, what their minimum order quantity is. Always haggle the price with them. How much money did you start with? I'm broke, but have so much ideas and motivation. Actually, I started off with a lot of money because I was on unemployment for a little bit. So I started off with over $3,000 to put in my business, but I recommend starting, you can start with $500 and still make it work. So you don't have to start with as much as I did. I just have so much ambition. I felt like just putting my all into it, and that's exactly what I did. What were things that you completely forgot about until it came up in the start? This is a very good question because I did forget about putting on weights of each item. So if you don't put the weight in for each item, at least this is how it works for Shopify, if you don't put in the weight, then it won't calculate shipping, like standard shipping from USPS or UPS, unless you already have a standard shipping, like you have the same item and you want it to be $6 shipping for everything, then that's fine. You don't have to put in the weights. But I didn't put in the weight and nothing happened because I corrected it before I launched. And what's the most rewarding part about owning a business? This is a really good question. The most rewarding part to me about owning a business is my customers. I love receiving inventory because it's like Christmas for me, even though I'm giving it out to my customers. But I love my customers. I think that's the most rewarding, is when people place an order or people tell me they like my stuff, they're sharing it, things like that. And without the people, I wouldn't have a business anyways. Next question is how to promote yourself when you have a small unknown business with lots of inventory. Okay, first tip I have for you is don't start a small business with too much inventory without doing the marketing first. Market first, and then figure out how much inventory you want to bring to your customers, because you don't want that inventory to sit around for 2+ months. Create content, make videos, do posts, do designs, things like that. Just keep marketing yourself and you definitely get there. You definitely grow your customer base. And what is your most popular item? Like, what runs out first? I think the first things that always run out are always my palettes. People love my palettes, so yeah, especially the Milk Series palettes. Do you have a specific website/app you use for inventory? No. Currently, I'm using Notion to track my inventory, but Notion is kind of like using Excel. You can just use Excel to track your inventory, like what is coming in. Make sure you have it down somewhere where you know how much inventory is coming in. I don't have a specific app to track my inventory currently, but if you have ideas or you know some apps or some inventory tracker type of software, please let me know. Was it hard to find a manufacturer? No, it's not hard to find a manufacturer. I think the hardest part of finding a manufacturer for some people is the communication piece of it, because if they don't communicate well, you want to move on to the next manufacturer you're looking at. Don't stick with one, and in case they drop out or something, you make sure you have different manufacturers and backups too. The hard part about finding a manufacturer is how much money you're going to spend on sampling, because the first one isn't always going to be the best and you can't expect it to be the best, so you'll have to sample multiple manufacturers. So I have a lot of questions on the marketing bit of it, like how long does it take to grow your business, how did you convert followers to customers, and how to get an engaged audience. Those are great questions, and it really depends on, there's so many factors within marketing. It depends on the person who's selling their personality, it depends on the designs, it depends on if they have the right target audience or not. And how I convert my followers to customers. When my followers fall in love with the brand or the products, they automatically become customers. So I didn't really have to, you know, I'm not jumping on a camera and say, go buy my stuff, or guilt tripping people or anything like that, or telling my followers to become my customers, you know. So you really just have to ease that in with what you're selling and your personality and what your brand is all about, things like that. How to get an engaged audience is you engage with your audience. If you're engaging with your audience by asking questions, by replying to comments, by going on live chat, they'll engage back with you. That's how it is. It's natural for us humans to engage with each other, have back and forth type of talk. So engage with them, engage with other creators, other businesses. And how long did it take to grow my business? It took me about 2 months. I'm not gonna say that it's going to be the same for you. Everyone is on their own page right now. My business still has its ups and downs, still has good days and bad days. You know, some days I get no orders, some days I get a lot of orders. So it's not going to be consistent all the time. And I would only say that it took 2 months because I had a video that blew up, and then I got more, there was more consistency to it. And then I quit my job and I was able to put all of my focus into my business. What platform do you use to set up your website? I use Shopify. Shipping rates, which do you use? Shipping is always a pain, and it's forever going to be a pain, at least to me. I'm not, what are those people called, like professional shipping knowledge people? I have a basic rate. Under £1, it's $6 domestically. Now, I also put up USPS prices and UPS prices. Those rates are calculated automatically. So USPS calculates it or UPS calculates it. Those are all automatic rates. So when you order something, you can choose either my standard shipping, $6, or if it's cheaper to use USPS first class package shipping, then you choose that option instead. So I have many rates so that people can choose, and I also have priority shipping if you want it to be faster. I have priority express shipping if you want it to be even faster. Just leave those options open, and some people don't like using USPS. You can use UPS ground shipping too. How do you decide what to sell? I decide what to sell based off of the things I like, and that's basically the bottom line. Things that inspire me, things that I love. I've just developed my aesthetic for so long that I just know the things that I like. Also would ask customers what they would like to see. And that's a good question to ask your customers, is what they would like to see, because then you start selling things that people would like. How do you stay sane after all that work packing orders? And this is tough because sometimes I don't. Sometimes I lose my creativity. It's not that I'm not sane, I just lose my creativity when I'm working long hours packing. I try to get into that creative flow again by looking for inspiration, whether it's on Pinterest, whether I Google inspiration, just things that inspire me. I start drawing or something like that because I got an iPad, so sometimes I'll draw a little and that will get me back into my creativity. I make videos, I do personal things too, like make my own videos that are not about my business, focusing on my passions, but my passions away from my business, so that I don't have them clash together, and so that I'm not actually thinking about business 24/7. But usually I am working on my business, and it's my passion. I love doing it. Do you think someone can run a small business on the side, or does it have to be full-time? Now that depends on the person. I felt like I wanted to focus my all onto a business. That's why I'm doing it full-time. But you have to think about, you know, do you have to pay for rent? Do you have to, what are your expenses, and will your business cover those expenses? I know a lot of people who are in school that have their small businesses. I can't do that because I was in school for engineering and I had to put all my time into that. You have to think about it for yourself. Is my business going to sustain me if I work it full time, to put all of my energy into it? Or can I just do it part-time? You can do it part-time. You just have less inventory, you know, you do less designs and things like that. Depends on where you're at financially, where you're at you know, with time. This is going to be the last question, which is, how did you stay positive during the beginning stages? I just stayed positive by, you know, remembering how much of my own time, my energy, my passion, my growth mindset that I put into the business, and that's how I stay positive. I still have doubts too, to this day I still do, but in the beginning you're going to doubt even more. Why aren't people buying my stuff? Why aren't people liking the photos, liking my products? Have to just stick to it. Have a growth mindset too. That's a very big part in having a business. You guys got this. I got this, and this is the end of my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A part 2. If you want to watch part 1, I'll have it up here. Comment, like, subscribe on my videos. I know my videos don't get very many views, but it's okay as long as I inspire someone watching my video. Go check out my shop, euphoricsun.com. Check out my shop Instagram, which is shop.euphoricsun. My main Instagram is Sunispretty. And I also have a TikTok, which is sunnyside_ice cream. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting. Many hearts. I'm so awkward on camera now. But anyways, okay, bye.